Hello, my name is Ariel Gonzalez, and this is the elevator pitch for the Distinguished Leadership Academy 3-minute video that I am constructing right now. So my job title is I am a political science faculty member with the political science department over at STC. I've been in that capacity for 9 years already. And so I wanted to share the opportunity that I would like to research and collaborate with my colleagues with, if I am selected to participate in this upcoming year's Distinguished Leadership Academy. And so one of the interesting observations that I've made in terms of being a faculty member in the political science department is that for the last probably about, I think, 4 years, I have been teaching a interesting type of online class. When we think of online classes, we tend to think usually just of the online asynchronous types of classes where, the professor has, assignments, PowerPoints, chapter outlines, lecture videos if some students are lucky, which I do have lecture videos in my online asynchronous classes. But that's typically what we tend to think of when we think of online classes. But for the last 4 years, I've been teaching another type of online class, which is called online synchronous, where we have set meeting times for these classes to where, just like in an in-person class where you have like Monday and Wednesday from like 11:30 to 12:45 or something like that. The only difference is that with an online synchronous class is that we're not actually physically meeting in a traditional brick and mortar classroom. Instead, we're meeting over the internet. So we would meet over Microsoft Teams, but we would have those regular class meetings at those times, right? Like I mentioned, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:30 to 12:45. So what I have seen from teaching these types of classes for the last several years is that I have noticed that this would be a very interesting method to incorporate within some of our dual credit partnership school districts, particularly the school districts that are your more rural districts. So this would be like Monte Alto, Rio Grande City, Roma, San Isidro out in the northern part of Starr County. I think they just joined up with STC. I think they signed an MOU recently. So and the reason why I bring that up is because I have noticed that because those rural districts are rather far away, in particular Starr County, it's very difficult to get faculty to go out to those high schools to teach those classes. If you're going to go out to Rio Grande City or Roma, that's pretty much an all-day thing if you're driving from McAllen, because then you have to go and come back. So I do understand that there are logistical hurdles in terms of being able to service those students, but those students do deserve to be serviced just as much as any other students within our community college district. It really is. It's definitely not equitable that just because students are in McAllen that they are just walking distance to SEC, that their educational opportunities would be better enriched as opposed to some students over there in Roma. They deserve the same types of opportunities. But I understand that because of logistics, it might be hard to be able to get faculty out there. So this method of teaching classes through an online synchronous format, I would say, would be an excellent substitute for that, to where because that solves that logistical issue to where you don't have to send an instructor out there, and the students are still able to attend class in real time and have real time lectures and be able to engage with the instructor. And it's being done in real time. And like I said, that's so much better than just, because what happens is that a lot of these rural districts, they just end up doing a bunch of online asynchronous where there's no guarantee that the professor is going to have video lectures. Students might feel that they're kind of disconnected and they're just kind of on their own, doing the class on their own. So this is an idea that I have brought up to my department chair, and I hope that I would also like to bring it up here within the Distinguished Leadership Academy as a really good idea to better service our rural dual credit students, like I said, particularly out in Starr County, and then also, northern Hidalgo County, which is where Monte Alto is. So that's the idea that I'd like to bring up in terms of what I would like to research further and try to bring, if I am accepted into the Distinguished Leadership Academy. So thank you so much for your time. I will be submitting my packet right now. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to apply with your for this Leadership Academy, and I hope to be a part of it and see you all in the upcoming 2026-2027 academic school year. Thank you.